Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Good morning. So, I just want to give you an update. Today I went to the hospital and I want to give you an update about my situation. So first of all, I want to thank all of you that responded to my message. I'm really grateful. I tried as much as possible to read all the messages. I tried, and at the end of the day, I kind of made a summary. I made a summary in terms of the recommendations on food, in terms of the possible ailment that you were thinking of, the tests which are supposed to be done. So this morning, I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you for all of you that responded. So to this morning, when I went to the hospital, I told the doctor, I was courageous to actually give him some of the things that you people were writing. He didn't look very happy, but I told him to say, I may miss out something as I'm talking to you right now. So, this paper can help, to exhaustively look at everything. So he did examine me. After examining me physically, then they sent me to the lab. They drew blood, and when the lab result came out, the doctor seemed quite worried. Earlier on, he had a little bit of, but when the results came, he was like worried. And he told me, we have to admit you because of this and that, as a result of what he was looking at on the lab report. And then, except of course, he didn't confirm. He said we need to do that scope something, that's scope scan, whatever, that thing, and then another test. So he needed to do 2 tests so that he can confirm. But I didn't want to embarrass myself in terms of resources. So I told him that so far, how much is the bill? He gave me. And then I told him, what about these other tests? How much are they going to cost me? So he told me. And I realized that the bill was way above what I could afford. Way above what I could afford. And then besides, we were just talking about these are the tests. And then think of his consultancy. Think of the bed. When you go into the hospital, you pay for the bed. It's like a hotel. And then if I have to do surgery, another doctor has to come in, and And it basically, when we put everything, when we calculated, the bill was coming to more than 3,000, more than 300,000, more than 300,000. That is if I have to undergo surgery. Okay, if I don't have to undergo surgery, the bill ends at 81,000. But with surgery, it goes to 300,000 something. So, I mean, I couldn't afford that. So I told him, unfortunately, you can't admit me. Then he said, no, you are very sick. You have to go in. Then I told him, I don't have the money, all that money. We argued back and forth, and he really wanted me to go in. He said, okay, as a doctor myself, he gave an example. I'm a doctor, but if I find myself on an accident scene and then somebody's bleeding, my first issue is to cure that person. Then the other things come later. So in this case, I see that you are in danger. So I want to invoke my doctor, whatever, to put you in, treat you. Then later on, we can discuss your payment. Now, inetefo mbomba na shupako ya ifya kwati wakwate nkongole. Nkongole ndashitina. I think whatever beliefs ali nchisa dramatize. Apanda tine nkongole. So I told him, at the end of the day, this is a private hospital. So even if you take me in using your doctor, whatever ethos or ethics, I will still have to pay. And this is a lot of money that, I mean, it might be so difficult to get it. It's not that it is impossible, but under these circumstances, it might be difficult. So I refused. So as we were arguing, the doctor called for a paper to say no, because the way I see it, he was not confirming that it is appendix or whatever you're calling it. He said until he does those 2 tests, but it was pointing to something like that. And then he gave me the side of it to say it might explode, and if it explodes, you can go, you can become unconscious, it will be too painful, blah, 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 blah. You know, and he said this, you don't know when it can happen. It can even happen as you are getting into a car going back. It can happen. It can happen at night. So, since we have seen something, let's sort it out. But Muntwandi, nachikana. So then he said, in this case, in case of something happens, I want to write a note. I want to write a note so that in future, in case of anything, there will be a letter that will show that advice was given, but you couldn't take it. So that's how he got that letter, and you know, he was so adamant. He wrote it in his handwriting, and then asked the nurse to go and bring an envelope. Then the nurse was like, can we type? He said, no, I want it in my own handwriting. He said, give him like that. So that's how he gave me that handwritten letter, and I left. So here I am. What's the plan? Well, of course, they gave me an appointment. They said, okay, you go and think about it. If you can't, you should come back on Monday. He insisted that I should come back on Monday early in the morning to be admitted, and I should come ready to be there maybe 4 days, you know, to be there for 4 days when I'm admitted, and possibly whatever. So yeah, they even gave me an appointment and all. So I left, and I need to get back there on Monday. How do I feel? I feel terrible. I really feel terrible. I feel terrible. And I was reading about the symptoms of appendicitis. Yeah, it actually confirms. The only thing that is there on the symptoms, the only thing that I don't have is nausea or vomiting. I'm not vomiting, I'm not nauseatic. But when you look at all the other symptoms, they are actually there. And even from the doctors examining, even what he wrote on that, it is pointing to that. So I've seen a number of people are still sending me messages advising me this and that, this and that. At this point in time, what I can tell you, my brothers and sisters, is that I think it is appendicitis. It's not about gases and whatever. It is appendicitis, because only 2 tests are remaining to do so that we can confirm. But then we confirm, more money have to come in. So that's why I've come back. And I have appealed. When I was coming, I was thinking in my car, like, this money is just too much. This money is too much. So I was like, ish, I could go back home. And I know it's expensive, but I think at home it will be cheaper. I will be within my system. I will be closer to you people. But here, even if I'm admitted, I'll just be there. No bedside. I'm just alone. I don't even have friends here. I don't. You know? So, it got tricky. It got tricky. So I just thought, I think, Papa, you just have to be humble and do what is feasible, what is right. That's why I've written that letter to President Hakainde Hichilema. Some of you are saying, why don't you talk to him directly? Well, I'm sure you know that it's not easy to talk to the president directly. It's not easy. Even to send him a message, it's not easy. Yeah. So don't be cheated to think that, I'm so connected that I have a number for Hakainde Hichilema and I can just call him. No. I've reached out to a few people that I believe are close to President Hakainde Hichilema, and I hope they'll be able to talk to him. I think I need to come back quickly. But now the challenge which I also have, the pen that I have, I'm wondering if I can do a 16-hour flight. I'm really wondering. 16-hour flight. And then what if this thing ruptures on the plane? Then what happens? Kuti wafaka. So I've got this dilemma now. Yes, even if Hakainde Hichilema, but today says, oh, come back. And then can I do a 16-hour flight? Very difficult, I think. Very difficult. So it might be that maybe I might need to do this and then go back home. One thing that I don't want, as much as I'm pleading, I insist, I don't belong to prison. Not that I'm scared of prison, no. It's not that I'm scared of prison. I am standing on principle that, I'm not a criminal to deserve to go to jail. Even if you run through my cases, there is no case that should warrant me to be locked up in jail. The charges are serious. The charges are very big. They are serious. But really, who did I destroy? Who suffered out of whatever I said? What did I destroy that I should be sent to jail, according to those, the charges that have been given? I'm not refusing that sometimes I go a little bit over the bar, or I go over the bar. I am not refusing. But sometimes you need to come in. My politics here is super. Like, for example, look at the nonsense that is coming from the PF. Look at the nonsense that is coming from the PF. They have turned everything my politics. Our girls lose. Look at how they are posting things on social media. Because for them, it is politics. For them, they are happy. They are happy. They don't want the victory of our country. So unpatriotic. How do you, speak so badly of our girls after losing this? And it's not that they have lost and they have come out. No. Most likely they are going to qualify. And Zambia, always, this is how we qualify. We don't qualify outrightly. Usually our qualifying in our tournaments, usually it's mathematical. It's mathematical. And somehow we do qualify. And on this one, I know we're going to qualify. These girls are going to play again. But then you go and, write so many bad things. Where is your patriotism? Just because you hate Hakainde Hichilema, you go and write all sorts of negative things about the girls. I'm telling you. So, in these kind of situations, somebody needs to come up in equal measure, or even better than them, to defeat some of these propagandists. You can't defeat them with some reason and trying to be nice. You can't defeat them. You need to bring the fight at their level. You need to bring the fight at their level. There is too much propaganda that is going on. And the UPND doesn't seem to be fighting back. Like on the girls, because girls are supposed to be, the Copper Queens were supposed to be defended. They're supposed to be encouraged. So whilst we have social media awashed with so much negativity, who is coming in to speak to the Copper Queens to encourage them on social media? Who is doing that? I haven't seen any article to really say, to really encourage our Copper Queens, and these kind of things, everything that, because some of these things I can't just watch them. Then look at Kavesha. They are busy putting it even on headline. Kavesha admits to have treated Edgar Lungu badly. But it's very clear, that statement is very clear from Bakavesha. It is the truth. Government has not been lying on this issue. It is these political mandamandas who have been lying. And I've been telling you that whatever you are doing, it is based on hatred, based on bitterness. And you are celebrating with headlines your bitterness. Your bitterness. That's what you're celebrating. You haven't put up any good reason as to why Edgar Lungu should be buried there. You haven't put up any good reason. What good reason do you have? You don't have any good reason. Government has a very reasonable point on why Edgar Lungu should be brought back to Zambia. But our propaganda, they don't have any good points. Is that a point to say Kavesha admits to having treated whatever? They are being honest. And this is what I've been talking about. Because before, when Edgar Lungu was not involved in politics, government was paying him. Government had given him almost the 80% of what he was supposed to get. Even a house. He was given a house where he was living, but he was supposed to be given another house for the office. And he was given that house. He went out, he traveled out. You are not talking about when Edgar Lungu was able to fly out of the country. You are not able to talk about that. He flew out, he went out before these political machinations escalated. And you can't argue with me because I was the proponent. I was a proponent of the political agenda. So you can say whatever you want. But really, I was a proponent. I was a protagonist in the political activities. If I were to stand in court, was Edgar Lungu doing politics before 2023? October 2023, was he doing politics? Yes, he was. He was. Why was I going to his house? I was not going to his house for tea. I was going to his house for strategies. That's why I was going to his house. Every day we were talking. I tell you that I was talking to Edgar Lungu 3-4 times daily. What were we talking about? He was busy encouraging me. So you cannot lie, because some of you want to lie to say, no, he was not doing politics. He was doing politics. And like any government, somebody who is not supposed to be doing politics, and then, you come in, you step in, anywhere in the world. So anyway, so it is because of such kind of things that I come in, to give you people a different perspective. And that's why I talk. And for that, I strongly believe that Vakainde Hichilema should not send me to jail. I totally understand the independence of the judiciary and everything. I totally understand. Totally understand. I totally understand. But there is always a way. These are political cases. Political cases can be resolved politically. This is not a case like Yawa Edgar Lungu. Ama cases yantayari kwa Yawa Edgar Lungu. Ama cases Yawa Edgar Lungu, they are criminal. Ama cases Yawa Edgar Lungu, they are criminal. Those cases is difficult, to negotiate. It's very difficult because you have a complainant here. You have a complainant who was abducted. You have a complainant who lost their house. You have a complainant who lost vehicles. Is there? So does Hakainde Hichilema come in and say, no, let's forgive Edgar Lungu? But what about this one? This is an injustice. To those other people, to the complainant, it's an injustice. But for me, even if today, because these things are done, look at these people that have embezzled money. They have negotiated with government. Some of them have given back, some things. They have left some things, and they are free. So what about me? What about me? And especially at this point in time, I'm not well. I'm not well. And certainly, what I was fighting for is no longer there. I am here because of Edgar Lungu. We were trying to push an agenda for Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu is gone. What am I fighting for? What am I fighting for? There was a Kasai agenda that came in, but that's a story for another day. I'll tell you one day. There was a agenda which came up, but that agenda is also out. So, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? My desire is not to become president now. My desire is to be part of government and learn the ropes of government. Learn the ropes of government. So, even at this point in time, I want to learn. If I can learn in Hakainde Hichilema's government, why not? So, I just wanted to give you that update. So, speaking clearly, it is pointing to appendix. The results are not conclusive because there are 2 more tests that need to be done, and I need 81,000 conversion because it is coming to 15,000 ringgit. So 15,000 ringgit, if you convert it, it's coming to 81,000. Then we can see what follows. But even if after that, if I have to go for whatever, a surgery, I might have to pay something more than 300. I don't assume that money is easy to find now. I don't assume that. So, going home is better. The only challenge I have is that with the way I feel, I doubt if I can do 16 hours flight. I doubt if I can do that. I hope I have I've brought you up to speed. Keep praying for me. And as you can see, I'm still hopeful. And by the way, I know some people are talking to my mother. Please, don't let my mother get worried too much. I'm not dying here. So please, when you go to talk to my mother, na papata, encourage her. Encourage her. I am not dying. God has a way. God has a way. I'm supposed to go back on Monday. And somehow, I am confident that I'll go back. Somehow, I'm confident that the 81,000 kwacha will be found. Somehow, I'm convinced. So if you want, keep praying for me. Keep praying for me. Anyway, bye.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.